right now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Louis Aguirre.
And I'm Janice Fernandez. We want to get right to your top story tonight. Breaking news. A South Florida Congresswoman indicted, accused of stealing millions of dollars in federal disaster funds and using the money to support her congressional campaign. Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick now facing federal charges.
She'd already been under investigation by the House Ethics Committee this summer. We have team coverage of the indictment tonight. Local 10's D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy standing by with reaction from Washington. But we begin with Local 10's Aaron Mabin in Miramar with the charges. Aaron.
Janice and Louis, within the last hour, attorneys for the Congresswoman said they plan to fight to clear her name.
Everybody feels like they're under attack.
Tonight, a federal grand jury indicting Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick and several associates, accusing them of stealing millions in federal disaster funds, laundering the money, and using part of it to support her 2021 congressional campaign.
The money we invested was to make sure that we can touch the people in the community, but the money didn't determine this election because most people who put a lot of money in their community, in their campaigns, they don't win.
Federal prosecutors say Sherfilis McCormick and her brother Edwin Sherfilis ran a FEMA-funded COVID-19 vaccination staffing contract through their family health care company. Prosecutors say in July 2021, the company received a $5 million overpayment. Prosecutors say the group diverted that money and tried to hide it through multiple accounts. The indictment says a large portion of those funds was used for campaign contributions and personal expenses. Prosecutors allege the South Florida Democrat and Nadege LeBlanc arranged additional donations using straw donors, funneling money to friends and relatives who then donated to the campaign as if using their own money. Investigators say the Congresswoman, with the help of her tax preparer, David K. Spencer, filed a false federal tax return, allegedly disguising political spending and personal costs as business deductions. U.S. Attorney Jason Redding Quinones writing public money belongs to the American people. When FEMA funds are diverted for personal or political gain, it erodes trust and harms us all. Attorneys for the Congresswoman writing, she is a committed public servant who is dedicated to her constituents. We will fight to clear her good name.
If convicted, the South Florida Congresswoman could face up to 53 years in prison. The co-defendants could also face decades behind bars. We're live in Miramar tonight. Aaron Mabin, Local 10 News.
Aaron, thank you. Our team coverage now turns to Washington.
Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy is joining us live with the reaction. Ben.
Janice and Lou, the Department of Justice says this action makes clear that no one is above the law and plan to prove their case in court. In a statement, Attorney General Pam Bondi said tonight, using disaster relief funds for self-enrichment is a particularly selfish, cynical crime. No one is above the law, least of all powerful people who rob taxpayers for personal gain. We will follow the facts in this case and deliver justice. With FBI Director Kash Patel adding, this individual and her family allegedly stole money from FEMA and then laundered it through friends towards her own personal benefits, including her campaign accounts. Today, the FBI and partners of the DOJ took action. Right now, Sherfilis McCormick serves on the House Committee of Foreign Affairs. It is also assigned to Veteran Affairs. In July, as Louis talked about at the top of the show, the House Ethics Committee voted to reauthorize an investigative subcommittee to examine allegations involving the South Florida Democratic lawmaker. On social media tonight, Florida Congressman Greg Steube said, tomorrow morning I will be filing a privilege motion to censure Representative Sherfilis McCormick and remove her from all committees. Tonight, back live here in D.C., she does remain an active member of Congress. In fact, she was reelected in 2024. Her current term ends in January 2027.
Man, this don't look good. So the Congresswoman is being indicted for using FEMA money for her campaign. Over $5 million. They're saying that she stole over $5 million from FEMA and using it for her campaign. And also she has family members that are being indicted also. This doesn't look good, partly because once the government indict you, they have like almost a 90% rate where they win their cases in court. I'm not gonna say she's guilty, but I hope we're just gonna have to wait and see if once this heads to court, because they're saying that if she's found guilty, she can face up to 50 years in prison. And then her family members that I think they said her brother also is involved, and other family members, her tax preparer also is involved. Man, this is looking bad. So, before I say anything, let's wait to see what happens in court and see if she can clear her name, because this is a big thing right now, and the federal government's not having it this year. They came after Diddy. Now they coming after the Congresswoman, Shirley McCormick. This doesn't look good. So before I say anything, let's let this thing play out and see what happens. Like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next video. Yay, yay.